And so when you consider consistency, the ability to get swing and misses, and to limit base runners, that's critical in winning games today, especially when teams are depending on the big swing, the home run, to win ball games.
Trey Turner, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball one.
Ball, that's high.
Ashcraft goes 6 feet 5 inches, 26 years old, and he was a second-round pick back in 2018.
Well, as a hitter, you're hoping that the command on that sinker doesn't come until later in the ball game. But if that's how it's going to be all day, it's going to be a tough one for the offense.
Swing and a miss. 2-2.
He has a tendency to chase out of the zone, and that slider that's down, that's one of his money pitches to get that swing and miss.
This one in the air right field, and that's a fair ball. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. Not in time. That's a leadoff double.
He went up there and got it. With 2 strikes, I'm not going to leave this in the umpire's hands. I'm going to be aggressive. It was in a location where you could get those arms extended that he loves to do. So nice job right there coming back in that at bat.
That's a ball.
Man at second.
He's trying to stay away from this lefty, knowing that a lot of left-handers like the ball down and in.
Just getting started here in Pittsburgh. That's ripped. Base hit. Flying around third is Turner. He scores and they have the lead. It's an RBI single, 1-0.
Just goes down and gets it. Looks like it's a breaking ball, but he's so good. Went down and got it.
Here's Bryce Harper. Good power. Not great in the OBP department. Sliced hard but foul. One on, nobody out, a run in here in game 1 of this 3-game set. Swing and a bouncer. Griffin for 1 to first. Double play. Nicely done.
For me, that's one of the toughest double plays to turn on the infield. The first baseman has to get inside, create a throwing lane to hit that middle infielder to start the double play, and then from there completing it back to first. Really good job all the way around.
Off the plate, ball 1.
Two down, nobody on. Swing and a foul out of play. The 1-1. Swing and a foul straight back. Got him swinging. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. It's now 1-0. This is Phillies baseball on the show Northeast. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And on the hill for the Phillies, Andrew Painter. What do you got on him, Chris?
With the height, the release point creates a lot of tilt on his pitches. So coming into the zone, really hard for the hitters to get on plane. Makes it very difficult for the hitters to guess.
Stepping in, Spencer Horwitz.
First baseman, number 2.
Horwitz with a homer in his last game.
Hey!
Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. Crawford takes it in for the out. One up, one down. Here's the Pirates lineup now. We could be in for a power showcase today with the wind blowing out. A lot of lift and separate, Chris.
Well, we know hitters are in this era definitely trying to hit the ball in the air regardless of the conditions, but I think even a little more so there's margin for error if you can get the ball up in the air. So, you know, you'll see at times, I'm sure, with 2 strikes, what looks like a half swing that can get out of the ballpark with a hitter who's got decent pop.
Painter, he's known to have exceptional stuff. The strikeout number is usually way up there. However, he does have some issues with walks from time to time.
And because of that, the pitch count can get high and not consistently deep into the ball games like you would expect for a guy who can get so many swings and misses.
And it's about controlling that stuff, right? I mean, he's got to harness all of that electric stuff and keep it at least somewhat in the strike zone.
Yeah, I'd say a guy like this sometimes needs to simplify the repertoire. Instead of trying to throw 3 and 4 pitches, just stick with 2 pitches that are very effective. Perhaps you can keep the pitch count down, get yourself deeper into the ball game.
Tied him up on a fastball inside.
Came inside with that 2-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And, you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with 2 strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away. Did a nice job right there.
0-1. This one popped up. Sosa settles underneath it. And that'll do it. Nothing doing here for Pittsburgh. They're down 1-0. The Turnpike Series continues now. Second inning set to go. JT Realmuto stands in for the Phillies. That's in there. It's 0-1.
It's a tough pitch, but in terms of the best pitch you're going to get to hit in the at-bat, that fastball was down enough where you're going to catch up to one. That's the one. When he elevates, guys aren't touching it.
Foul ball, still 0-2. Chases in the dirt. Slider there. Throw to first. Got him. One away on the strikeout.
Well, we see it a lot more these days than we ever did when I played, but a slider in the 90s still catches your attention. Even if you're sitting on the pitch, good luck recognizing that tight spin and adjusting to the late break.
Foul ball there. Swing and a miss. Nice changeup.
Well, at that velocity, if that's all you're seeing, 88, you can handle that all day long. That's what you get in batting practice. But off the velocity of the fastball, that is a very tough pitch to adjust to.
Fires over to first. Quick recovery from the misplay pays off for the out.
Center fielder Brandon Marsh.
2 down, bases empty. Brandon Marsh steps to the plate. Not close with that one, and that is ball 1. And
That's
another ball. Challenge from behind the dish here. And on further review, it was a strike. So they've still got both their challenges. 2 down, nobody on. Check swing, but he went too far. Going to count 1-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Just missing there. And the count's full.
He's really tightening up his hitting zone with 2 strikes here. I love it.
Payoff pitch. Swings and misses. And he strikes out the side here in the second. After an inning and a half, it's 1-0. We head to the bottom of the second. Brian Reynolds here.
He's got pop, which is a little sneaky because he's so comfortable with taking his base hits to the opposite field. But he can jump you if you make a mistake. Cold night tonight, Boog, and that's a pretty firm fastball right there. I tell you what, memories of getting jammed, they are creeping into my mind right now.
And that one ripped to left. 1 down.
Batting 5th, third baseman, Sharon Diogo.
Swing and a miss at 99 miles an hour.
Bringing the cheese on that one.
And that misses. Yeah, that's ball 1. That to right. Garcia moving under it. And that quickly 2 away.
Batting 6th, left fielder.
Now the left fielder, Jake Mangum.
Nope.
Chris, he's their team leader when it comes to RBIs.
Hey!
Ground ball right side. Handles, throws to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. We played 2 innings. It's 1-0. Back here at the ballpark, coming off a tough series offensively, and a look at those numbers.
And this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today. You know, his home run numbers in his last 10 games have been really good. He's been a difference maker in their lineup.
And there's a hit. And a good start to the inning.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Hey!
The 0-1. High fly ball lifted in the air right field. And there's 1 down.
Up next for Philadelphia.
And here's a look at how
Trey
he's using
Turner.
his pitches in this one. Trey Turner now led off the game with a double in his first at bat and later scored. Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. Trey Turner crushes it. Third home run of the season, and they add to the lead. It's 3-0. He only needed one swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. Well, I'm not really sure how he kept that fair. When you're out in front on a breaking ball like that, such a good chance that it's going to hook foul, but not this time. He kept the hands moving forward just long enough to sneak it inside that foul pole.
Here's your 1. Swings and chases a low one there.
They're being just too aggressive at the plate right now. They clearly wanted to go for it early in this one, but it's mostly just resulted in swings and misses. Maybe it's time to slow things down just a little bit.
And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout.
Well, big power guy right there and generating so much bat speed. It's hard to bring that to a halt once you've committed. They tried to check the swing, just couldn't do it.
Harper in the box now. No balls and a strike. Nowadays, with advanced metrics and increased use of moving the infielders around, defense isn't necessarily about making errors. Are you able to get to the ball? Are you able to position fielders where guys hit the ball, but within the new shift rules? Bases empty, 2 away, but 2 runs are in. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. Backed off the plate that time. Swing and a miss. Struck him out, and Harper is gone. But the Phils get 2 on this blast. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. This is Phillies baseball on the show Northeast. The Turnpike Series continues now. Here's the Pirates catcher now, Andy Rodriguez.
Inside,
And
ball
an
1.
ABS challenge coming from behind the dish. Pretty close, but it was a ball. 1 challenge remaining for them now. The 1-0. Well, I think that one of the things that we've seen is that neutralizing the running game is as much to do with going with the slide step that a good majority of the pitchers have, and nobody wants to give a free ball to the hitter. Back when you played, it wasn't the empirical data we have now. It was a guy with a ruler and a diamond taking a colored pencil and drawing a line where he thought someone had hit the ball, right?
That or just going off of gut or feel. What does it look like his swing is today? What's the pitcher throwing? They are sticking to the metrics and what seems to be most consistent for that hitter, regardless of who the pitcher is on the mound.
Way inside. And that's outside. And it's 3-0. And a 4-pitch walk. And that's how they get their first base runner of the game.
He did not take the bat off his shoulder the entire at bat.
Now it's the second baseman, Nick York.
Definitely scuffling at the dish lately. Only 2 hits over the last 5 games.
check swing, but he went too far. That's strike one. Man at first, one away. And it's fouled away. Right side. Stop. Fires to first in time.
Well, you want to try to protect the strike zone with two strikes there, and you see on that curveball just sort of reached out, tapped it to put it in play. You want to do it with a little more authority so you have a chance to sneak it through, but just a pretty easy ground out right there.
Tap foul at the plate. Man on second, two down. Runner takes off for third. Out at third. And that ends the inning.
When you get thrown out at third with two outs, you kind of want to keep on running. Not a great decision there as it ends the inning.
Back here at PNC Park as we go to the top of the fourth. Adolis Garcia stands in for the Phillies. And a foul ball. Garcia in his sixth season, 33 years old, and he was born in Cuba. Next pitch is outside. Ball one. And that's fouled off. The 1-2.
That's a ball.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. On the ground to the left. And foul ball. And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes.
Philadelphia, catcher, JT from Utah.
Breaking ball through there for a strike. First signs of bullpen movement here in the early going. Jose Urquidy, the veteran right-hander, appears to be loosening up. Majinski getting cranked up as well.
Ball, that's in.
Swings and blasts one deep to left center. Carrying well. Out of here. It's his sixth home run of the season, and they tack on to their lead. It's 4-0.
A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
One down. This is Bryson Stott. He's 0 for 1. And that's in the dirt. Ball one. Next offering upstairs. And that drops in for a strike. This one smoked on its way out of here. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. And they add a run. It's 5-zip.
Back-to-back jacks, and this club is fired up right now, Boog. I mean, this is the kind of thing where you really start to notice hitters in a lineup feeding off each other, and the collective confidence just continues to grow.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Braxton Ashcraft out of the game, and this is one he'd like to forget. Back with a new arm after this.
Now
Jose Urquidy gets the call from the pen.
Well, he struggled quite a bit, so this is another opportunity to get on the right track. He's given up more than one hit per inning pitch so far this season.
The 1-0. That cooks the corner. And that chops in for a strike. Left field. And that is a foul ball. Two runs across in the inning. Top half of inning number 4. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Good eye
Ball
right
3.
there.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout. 2 outs, base is empty. Now the third baseman, Edmundo Sosa. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. In there for strike 1.
Calling an 0-0 count. Not every strike is a good strike for a hitter. I like the plate discipline there.
That one found hard the other way. Two down, nobody on. Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working, and the lead is now 5-0. Back here in Pittsburgh, and now the Pirates leadoff man, Spencer Horwitz.
Spencer Horwitz.
That one finds the zone. Strike 1.
Ball 1. Ball 2. That's ball 3.
Missed.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
Out towards right center field. Takes it in for the out.
Up next for the Pirates, designated hitter, Marcell Ozuna.
Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. Still able to get it there in time. He keeps his composure and they get the out.
Just a great effort all the way around at third base right there. Nice job to get a glove on it with the dive, but it was the recovery that was so impressive. If he doesn't hop to his feet and get the throw off in such a fluid motion over there, I kind of doubt he gets the out.
Here's O'Neal Cruz. He popped out his first time. Hammered down the right side, but foul. Late with the swing there.
Great velocity at 97 at the top of the zone.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. That one ripped. That's a fair ball, and it's getting into the corner. Throws to second. He's in there.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ball game.
That one is absolutely belted. Can't get to it, and this should score the run. Cruz touches home. It's 5-1.
Picks himself up an RBI. First pitch fastball in a great spot to do some damage, and he squared it up nicely.
So runner at second, 2 down. Jared Triolo, the next Pirate to hit.
He's looking great so far. It helps when over 80% of your first pitches are strikes. He might be able to go the distance if he keeps this up.
Man at second.
Ball.
So now 1-2.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
Battling here as he fouls it away. Man on second, 2 down. High fly ball out towards left field. Way back there. And that one is foul. So we'll try it again. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Good job at damage control right there. But the Pirates strike on this run scoring double. It's now a 5-1 ball game. It's Major League Baseball on the show. The Turnpike Series continues now. Ready now for the 5th inning. Justin Crawford stands in for the Phillies. Fought off foul.
Well, these Phillies really impressing me with the quality of their at-bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. It looked to me like they really wanted to get to the starter early, get him out of the game before he settles in. So I'd say mission accomplished.
Struck him out looking. Looks like he's picked up right where he left off.
Well, I think that's a case of overthinking right there. He got 3 straight fastballs looking in the 0-2 count just to pour it back.
Ball.
And if you're a manager or a hitting coach, you love to see your team really fighting for every at-bat, every pitch. It tells you a lot about how they showed up to the ballpark today.
Swings over the top of that one. Top of the zone for a called strike. There's a swing and a drive. Going back on this one. And that one is off the wall. Not stopping. He's going for 3. The throw to third, and he's out trying for 3.
Well, it's always a risk when you're pushing for third like that. A bang-bang play. Had a chance to make it. Maybe a little better slide around the tag, but a nice job by the defense to cut off that runner.
And Kyle Schwarber will come up.
No, inside.
Fouled off left side. Two down, nobody on. And there's a ball. Hammered down the right side, but foul. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today. Phillies down in order. They're up 5-1. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been struggling.
Jake Mangum.
You know, these
Ball,
Pirates,
that
to
pitch
put
is out.
it bluntly, need to put together more competitive at-bats, and I don't think they've lived up to their own expectations at the plate. They haven't run a single count
Ball,
full
that's
in this
just out.
ball game, and that's just wild to me. That stat alone shows they're making it way too easy to get them out.
Slice the other way. That's a base hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
Showed some really nice patience in that at-bat. Worked himself into a good count. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy. Didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep. Took the barrel right to it and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
The Phils leading by 4. Last half of inning number 5. Swing and a pop up in foul ground. 1 away.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 75.
Here's the shortstop at the plate. Connor Griffin walked his first time. And the 1-0.
This is one of those situations defensively where you can't try to do too much. You got to make sure that you field the ball cleanly and get 1 out first. It's going to be tough to get 2 with this kind of speed in the batter's box.
A little out front there as he swings through it.
Clearly he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Quick move to first. Mangum back in on a dive. Swing and a miss. And that's 4 strikeouts.
Up next for the Pirates, second baseman, Nick York.
Foul ball. Swings through that.
Well, this looks like it's going to be a wasted opportunity. It's frustrating when you get the leadoff man on, but you can't get him into scoring position. They're going to need a big knock. Try to put something up on the board.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. So 1 left for Pittsburgh. They're down here 5-1. We're back, and here's a look at how we got to this stage of the game. Now here is Bryce Harper.
First baseman, Bryce Harper.
And first offering is fouled off. That one hammered center field. This one's got a chance. Into the bushes and gone. Bryce Harper goes deep. His 11th of the year, and they add a run. It's 6-1.
He's swinging a red-hot bat. This isn't the first home run we've seen him hit these last few games, and it probably won't be the last. A breaking ball on the inside part of the plate requires a hitter to stay really square with his mechanics. If you fly open with the front shoulder, there's no way you keep that ball fair. An outstanding job mechanically. He deserves that home run.
Nobody on, nobody out with a run in, and we're in the top half of the 6th. That one fouled off. The 0-2. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. That hits the dirt. Ball 1. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. What a stop. Fires to first, and they get the out.
Up next for Philadelphia, catcher JT Realmuto.
It'll bring up JT Realmuto. He's already homered here in this one.
Hey!
No question about this one. It's out of here. Another homer. His second home run of the game, and they boost their lead. That one just sounded different.
And might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I can feel that swing from the booth. Well, it looks like we might be underestimating his power just a bit. His teammates might even be surprised at what they're seeing. An unforgettable game for him.
Little bouncer out in front of the plate. Throw to first in time.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. That's all for Jose Urquidy. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound.
Now pitching
Carmen
for the
Mlodzinski
Pirates,
taking over on the
number
mound.
50.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
2 down, bases empty. Brandon March now at the plate. And first offering is fouled off. Hit on the ground to the right side. And that's just foul. Two down, nobody on. Out towards right center field. Cruz on the move to the alley. And that is that. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. On to the bottom of inning number 6. This is Phillies baseball on the show Northeast. Well, we go bottom 6. And now the Pirates leadoff man, Spencer Horwitz.
He's been very consistent with his command out there on the mound, consistently throwing at the knees. Pretty impressive when a guy can repeat his delivery like this.
Ball. Stirring in the Phillies bullpen, Gil Francisco. The rookie right-hander is getting loose. Meza getting loose as well.
I can't play around with him here. It's a 6-run lead at this point. Got to attack hitters even if you give up a solo shot.
Hit hard but foul off to the left. Swing and a ball popped in the air. And just foul. That misses off the outside edge. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. And a payoff pitch. Fights it off. He'll see another.
Five foul balls in this at bat so far, and these two are going head to head. You can see the crowd. They're starting to get into it a little bit more and more each pitch, even though there hasn't been a ball in play yet.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. His home run numbers stand out, Chris. Nobody has hit more in his team. And that one hammered. That's back there. And out of here. A solo shot. And they cut into the deficit. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now. When a guy's got a real hard fastball, you can't overswing. All you've got to do is get the bat head to the spot. If you do, he supplies the power, and you'll get to jog around the bases like he did right there.
And the Phillies manager making his way towards the mound now as he will make a move. Andrew Painter will depart, and he leaves with the lead after giving them some decent innings. We'll be back with a new pitcher in a moment.
Now pitching for
The new
Philadelphia,
pitcher in the game,
number
Gil
6.
Francisco. He last pitched 2 days ago. O'Neal Cruz will hit next. 1 for 2. Up the middle. Trey Turner gloves it. On the run, sends it over to first. But it's not in time. Base hit.
Well, he did all he could in short to try to make an amazing play and almost got it done. But good hustle down the line, and that's an earned infield hit.
Yeah!
The 0-1. That's straight there for a strike.
All right, now, he may have not liked either of those first 2 pitches or agreed with the umpire's calls, but at this point, he's going to have to bear down and be ready to hit anything close to the zone.
The 0-2. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Crawford has a beat on it, and he makes the catch.
Up next for the Pirates, third baseman, Jared
At the plate for
Triolo.
Pittsburgh, Jared Triolo. Triolo thought that one missed, and here comes a challenge. And the strike is overturned after review. Still 2 challenges left for them. Cruz leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Ground ball right side, and that goes foul.
That's a ball.
Just
Yep, that ball went out.
1 run across in the frame so far here in the bottom of the 6th. Swing and a miss.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into right field. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs.
Left fielder, Jake
Digging in, Jake Mangum. His righty-lefty splits there.
Ball 1.
Swing and a line drive, and that's a base hit into right field. Flying around third is Cruz. One run across. Now a relay to the plate, and he's out.
On the tag, he's out.
Down, and that ends the inning. Seventh inning coming up. It's the Phillies 7 and the Pirates 3. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
Edmundo Sosa.
That's out.
Activity in Pittsburgh's bullpen. Isaac Matson getting ready to go. Keller also throwing. Swing and a foul back, and that's out of play. Base hit, so a runner aboard to start the inning.
Up next for Philadelphia, left fielder Justin Crawford.
Runner on the go. In the air to left center. Cruz turns to the right on the move. Makes the catch. Chance to double the runner off first.
Up next for Philadelphia, shortstop Trey Turner.
Here's Trey Turner. His two-run homer back in the third was an important swing of the bat in this one.
Yeah, there's no doubt he helped set the tone fairly early, and certainly part of the reason why they've got the lead right now.
There goes the runner. Swing and a miss. Throw to second, on a bounce, safe. Bounce to the right. And he beats it. That's a hit. Great try there.
You gotta love his hustle down the line to beat the flip to the bag. I mean, there's a lot going on between a first baseman and the pitcher during these plays, and he just kept his head down and beat it out.
That's a ball.
Two on, one out.
Hey!
Spot for the hitter definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
And the call stands. It was indeed a ball. Still one challenge left for them. Close, but called a ball. Ball three. Catcher challenge. We'll take another look. It just shaved the zone. So they get to hang on to their second challenge. The Phillies trying to break this one open here in the top half of inning number 7. Oh, great stop. And he'll pull into second safely.
Well, every double play turn starts with getting one, and even though these players work on these plays during batting practice over and over again, sometimes at game speed you can still mess it up. Could have been 2 outs. Instead, they get nothing.
Pitch gets away. And that cost him a run as he scores easily.
Well, you'll take a run however you can get it. And right there, the wild pitch is what made that one happen. No need to wait around as a runner on a ball like that.
Hey!
Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Schwarber crosses the plate. It's an RBI single. It's 10-3.
Up next for Philadelphia, right fielder.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Carmen Majinski won't go any further, and as he heads off, we'll step aside for a minute. Back with the new pitcher after this break.
Now pitching
Isaac
for the
Mattson
Pirates.
comes on now.
Well, he's been a really tough guy to take deep this season. You usually have to string some hits together in order to get to him.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Adolis Garcia. 0 for 3 in this one. Pitch
Ball,
misses
that's it.
inside, and it's 1-0.
Outside, that's the ball.
Mattson measures 6 feet 2 inches. He features a 4-seam fastball, a changeup, a slider, and he occasionally uses a curve. 2-0.
Hey!
Sliced hard but foul. Harper at first, one gone. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Third time he struck out in this one, and definitely an individual performance you want to flush. He just hasn't looked very comfortable up there. Just one of those days. But when you're still winning the ball game, at least you can focus on doing your part to maintain that lead and getting that W.
And up to the plate is JT Realmuto, looking for his 3rd home run of the game.
Yeah, he blasted his 2nd of the game in the 6th inning. This guy looks like he's playing on beginner mode in this one.
Ball, that's
Beginner
inside.
mode is where it's at, Chris. The 1-0. Swing and a ball driven out to center. That one carrying. And that's going to bang against the wall. Here comes Harper around third. He'll score easily. It's now 11-3.
Comes through with the RBI. Just a very nice approach and swing right there to use the big part of the field. Everything was on time. He stayed balanced through the entire swing and just launched that one into center.
That's a base hit. Here comes Realmuto around third. He'll score. It's an RBI single. It's 12-3.
Well done. Drives in the run. You'll often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive into center field.
Next to hit, Brandon Marsh. Plenty of offense in this one, Singy. I guess you'd say kind of what we expected, though.
Well, this was a game, looking at the pitching matchup, where you expected offense to score, and not as lopsided as this. But, yeah, you definitely expected to see some offense coming up.
They take the force out. That'll end the inning after a lot of scoring. But 9 batters hit in the inning. 5 come around to score. 7th inning stretch time. It's the Phillies 12 and the Pirates 3. This is Phillies baseball on the show Northeast. This one isn't exactly close, Chris. Let's go off script for a moment.
I'm game.
Were we on script?
Never.
Did you collect baseball cards?
You know, when I was a kid, I used to put them in my back tire of my bicycle so it would sound like a motorcycle.
Inside.
Probably ruined some good cards back then, but don't really have much of a collection. The other day I came across a binder that my wife had in one of the drawers, and my son's got some baseball cards. So we'll be looking to see if there's any kind of retirement income in there.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
The key there, tracking the baseball all the way back through the hitting zone, allows you to hit a ball right back up the box like that.
So my dad told me that he had a bunch of Mickey Mantle rookie cards and a whole bunch of valuable cards, and his mom tossed them because, what did she know? So I made my mom keep all my baseball cards. I really don't have any that are valuable. And that story stunk by me. Anyway.
Tough play right there. Didn't really have enough time to set his feet and make a strong, accurate throw. Had to rush it, but he got it off, and he got it there in time to get that out at second base.
One out man at first. So next to the plate for Pittsburgh, Nick York.
Two-seamers heat-seeking for right-handed batters. Just runs in on those hands.
Foul ball there.
Foul ball.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, that high four-seam fastball has become such a staple as a strikeout pitch over the years. And what's so tough as a hitter is that you see it extremely well. The problem is the velocity and spin rate just happens to jump by you. You expand your zone, you don't stay tall on the backside, and you're really not even able to make contact. If you do, many times it's a pop-up.
Now pitching for
They hand the ball over to a new arm, Tim Meza.
Well, good luck against this guy. He's been extremely tough to hit this year. His numbers are excellent.
That one is absolutely belted. And that one is off the wall. Headed for the plate. The relay. And he's out.
On the tag.
Cut down, and that ends the inning.
Always exciting to see a play at the plate. Trying to score with 2 outs, but the tag just gets him in time. And they cut down the run to end the inning.
Back here at PNC Park, we go to the 8th. Edmundo Sosa stands in for the Phillies. And that is downstairs. And that's ball 1. Out towards right center field. Reynolds settles under it. And there's one down.
Up next for Philadelphia, left fielder Justin Crawford.
If you're the pitcher, you've got to go right at this guy. It's the number 9 hitter in the lineup. You can't be afraid of contact in this situation.
Lined, and that's a base hit. A much-needed knock for a guy who's been searching for answers lately.
He needed that one. It's been a tough stretch at the plate lately. A lot of hitters tell themselves, line drive over the infielder's head. That's what I'm trying to do. Just keep that approach simple. And right there, it was perfectly executed. On time with everything, and pulled it into the gap nicely.
Turner in the box as he fouls off the first pitch.
Nope.
Crawford leads off first with one away. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. Way back there, it's got a chance. Makes the catch up against the wall.
Up next for Philadelphia, the designated hitter.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Isaac Matson is done, and as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back.
Now pitching
Mitch
for the
Keller
Pirates.
into the game.
Number
Well, he hasn't pitched in a
23.
while. Coming on here after 5 days rest, so he should be rested. But we'll see if he has any rust to shake off.
Kyle Schwarber comes up to hit here.
Hey.
And that one goes straight to the backstop. And now a man into scoring position.
You know, sometimes it takes a reliever a little time to get comfortable with the mound out there, especially when they come in trying to be nasty with every pitch they throw. Not exactly what they were looking for when they called him in, though. We'll see if he can settle down.
Man at second.
Ball,
Good
that's
purpose
up there.
pitch right there. Trying to tease him, get him to raise his sights, pop something up, and make it an easy out.
Strike two. Now this one gets away from the catcher. Runner on third after the stolen base, even with the drop, strike three. So a job well done from the Buccos bullpen. Last half of the eighth coming up. It's the Phillies 12 and the Pirates 3. Back at the ballpark as we take a check of the bullpen so far this season.
Ozuna.
Ball, that's down.
Line drive, and that's a base hit out into center field. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Up next for the Pirates, center fielder, O'Neill Cruz.
This ball's chopped on the ground. Turner. They get the force. One pitch and one out.
Good that they weren't overzealous there. Just take the shirt out, keep the runner out of scoring position.
Brian Reynolds.
Next, it's the Pirates cleanup hitter, Brian Reynolds.
Nope, that's inside.
The next
That's a
pitch
ball.
misses, and the count is 2-0.
Aye.
Now he's challenging the called strike. And it's going to stay a strike. So that removes their last challenge. Two one now. Right through there for a strike. The Phils up big in this one. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Swing and a pop-up. Stop. Drifts towards it. And there's 2 down.
Up next for the Pirates, third baseman, Jared Triolo.
That one pushed foul. The 0-1. And he hits a ground ball right side. That ends the frame. Pirates lead 1. They're down a bunch. It's 12-3. We go to the 9th, and now for the Phillies, Bryce Harper.
Well, I say it's the best pitch in baseball. Strike one. You get ahead on a good hitter as well. Gives you a little bit more confidence to move through the at bat.
0-1 now. Hammered down the right side, but foul. Good job to fight that one off. Set down on strikes. And a strikeout for the first out here in the 9th. He'll challenge, thought that was a ball. And the strike call will stand. So they're now out of challenges.
Ball. Hey.
The Phillies up big in this one here at the top of the 9th.
Nope, upstairs.
Fastball for a strike. Now fly ball to right center. Reynolds moving under this one. And there's 2 away.
Up next for Philadelphia, catcher JT Realmuto.
Here's JT Realmuto.
Drove it off the wall last time. Just missed out on a home run.
Nope. Ball, that's too high.
Swing and a ground ball. Fair ball. Around first and hustling for second. The throw in. There's the tag. They get him. And that's the inning.
Batter tried to stretch that one into a double, but he wasn't about to let that happen. Nice job to get to the ball and fire that one into second just in time to get the out and end the inning.
Back here in Pittsburgh, here's the left fielder, Jake Mangum.
Left fielder, Jake Mangum.
to third. The throw to first. One pitch and one out.
Up next for the Pirates, catcher Andy Rodriguez.
Hey!
One down, base is empty here in the ninth. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. And that's got extra bases written all over it. He's in at second with a one-out double.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 75.
Connor Griffin digs in now. That one fouled hard the other way. Man at second. He swings and fouls one off. Got him looking. Now only one out remaining.
Oh, just a beautiful fastball on the inside corner for that backwards K right there. I think the hitter saw it all the way coming from that opposite arm angle, so I got to think he was looking away and just got locked up by the hard stuff boring in on his hands.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Tim Meza done for the night, and he's responsible for the runner on second, so the book isn't closed on him yet. We'll be right back.
Now pitching for Philadelphia,
Chase Sugar will take over here.
Well, I got to think he probably has a little extra in the tank facing his former team, and there's not a player in the league that doesn't get a little extra motivation when he plays against his old squad.
Ball one.
Runner at second, two down. Here in the last half of inning number 9.
Hey!
Next
Nope,
pitch
upstairs.
misses. 3-1 now. And ball
Nope,
4
that's ball
to
four.
a board.
Take your base.
Up next for the Pirates, first baseman Spencer Horwitz.
Back to the top of the order, Spencer Horwitz, the next Pirate to hit.
There was a high velocity fastball in the zone. I think a little frustration from walking the previous hitter. He's got good stuff. Pitch inside the zone and trust it.
2 on, 2 outs.
Ball, that's low.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Sugar is just one strike away. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. In time ball game, and the strikeout ends it.
Well, when you win by 9 runs, you have plenty of insurance runs. It's a huge confidence boost when you can just put that many runs up on the board. And I'll tell you what, the next game starter is saying, hey, I hope you all save some runs for me. I want to get a win as well.
And your final, 12-3. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. Thanks for joining us.